So obviously something as huge as Avengers is going to have sort of differing opinions. Some people are sick of Marvel movies, some people are really excited about them, and it's kind of like, it doesn't matter. This is going to be one of the most successful things ever.
Right.
So like,
but before we get into it, obviously this is one of the things that we've all feared, is that there is a possibility that something of this magnitude with this many characters could effectively collapse under the weight of its own weird animal men.
yeah. Do you know, okay, so we have to make like video thumbnails here a lot, and to try to pull an image that explains what this movie is with like a simple photo, everything looks like a Where's Waldo. Like this is like the variety pack of, it's like, what do you want for breakfast? Oh, I want one of those like Kellogg's variety packs that has every cereal in it. This is there's too much here.
And I want to mix them in one giant bowl.
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot to cover, and it's gonna kind of, it's a massive, huge undertaking. To call this a movie is sort of underselling it. But that being said, people are reviewing it as though it is a movie, so we figured we'd go through some sound bites from critics.
Exactly. Currently the film has an 88%, 87%.
Has it gone up since?
It went up a tiny bit
Son
since
of
you
a
made that
bitch.
image just a little while ago.
That's
okay.
I spent so much time on that image.
It looks like you're blowing up the numbers, so I think it works. Canonically, it's okay.
I got the review score 80%, 87% right. It's only 88%. So just somebody take a dry erase marker, put it on your screen.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's still good. It's passing. It's a nice B+. You know, Dad'll take you to get
They
tacos
haven't
after
counted
school or
Roger's
whatever.
review yet, so it might drop.
Thank you. There we go.
Look at that.
Yes, fix it in post. Yes.
All right.
Yes, our guys in the studio. We obviously make a high budget production here at Up at Noon. We do really
You
good
love
job.
special effects.
Yes.
You love Avengers.
So they're always doing weird stuff with the graphics back there. That is the first time that's ever actually been useful.
That's great.
That is the first time we've ever practically used the in-studio graphic stuff to change the score. Great.
Yeah, usually they just put like Yoda's ass
Yeah.
on my mouth or something
Exactly,
like that.
yeah.
That's great. Let's talk
So-
about the reviews for
okay.
this movie.
Yeah, so they're good. They're good. Some people are like, I'm tired of the Marvel movies. Birth, movies, death. I love that some people just get shot out of the theater. They're like, the best Marvel film ever. The most complete, the most emotional, and the most thrilling. Good Lord.
That rules.
That's like, I mean, yeah, that's like I feel like you gotta, everything has been building towards this, so sure, some people are gonna be stoked on it.
Do you know how awesome that is to hear after Black Panther, which was awesome, and Thor Ragnarok, which was awesome? Like, those are two of my favorite of all the Marvel movies, and these guys are like, this one's better. And I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
that put chills down my spine.
Of course, they probably also wrote it, like 10 minutes after seeing it, and they're just like, you get all gassed up and excited, and that's fine.
That's
but
cool.
maybe we're gonna be saying that this is like, the 7th best one in 10 years or whatever. Like, Infinity War's, it's fine. It slots between Doctor Strange 4 and Spider-Man 5 or whatever.
That's okay.
Chicago Tribune, on the other hand, said 10 years ago this month, the Marvel Universe was launched with the fresh, lively, relatively easygoing Iron Man. It seems more like 100. Okay, well, it sounds like you don't enjoy the Marvel films. I mean, the thing about Iron Man is that it does work as a single movie. It is a movie.
Yeah.
Because back then we didn't know what the MCU was. That wasn't a thing yet. They hadn't started building towards these massive kind of, conglomerates of films.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Yeah, they're different. They're different things. It's fine to kind of compare the two, but it sounds like Mr. Chicago Tribune here. It's a weird name. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that person was born in Chicago, or if that's the publication. Anyway, I wonder if that person is just sick of superhero movies, and if so, maybe I don't know. Maybe to go to a movie and be reviewing a movie like it's a movie when really it's kind of part of this bigger thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on that ideology, because I think at the end of the day, like, you buy a movie ticket, you sit down, you see a movie, and this one specifically, you're seeing half of the culmination of one story. And what a lot of people have indicated is that this does end very cliffhangery, which I think is okay. I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time is Back to the Future 2, and that movie ended like with a thing that said "to be concluded."
Sure.
So there's ways that can work.
I don't know. If you go to a sushi restaurant, you order like a sushi roll, and you think it's a burrito, that's probably not a very good burrito, because it's not a burrito. It's sushi. It's a different thing. These are like cereals. These are not like breakfast, but like they're serialized. So it's like, obviously it should stand on its own as a movie, but again, what were you expecting?
What if you order the sushi and then like you order another sushi and they're like, that'll be out in 2 years?
It's a slow restaurant. It's not a great.
That's not good.
Anyway,
Don't go to that place.
So Den of Geeks says this is a knockout sci-fi movie that travels around the universe and back, and not only does it capture the vastness of that, but it also is perhaps the most beautiful, colorful film Marvel has released to date.
That rules.
This makes me happy. Obviously, looking at this graphic that I manipulated with my fonts, it is very colorful, and we've been seeing that kind of increasingly. If you look at even just the Marvel movie logos lined up in like a timeline, they go from being like these sort of He's like heavy. I think Iron Man early on was very gold and red, but then it was like heavy, like Captain America. It's all like gray and metallic.
Right.
Then you get to Thor Ragnarok, and it looks like a blacklight poster.
Yeah.
And then Black Panther has like this almost like holographic shimmer over it. And
Yeah,
then
like
Infinity
Wakanda
Wars-
is a beautiful setting, so that's really cool.
This is a movie about people collecting like rainbow gems. It's a nice. We got the whole gauntlet here. It's just cropped out of the shot. I'm gonna get that out here. It's gonna make some noises. Get ready for it. You hear that? Yeah, you're gonna hear that in the big screen tonight, Dolby Surround. Anyway, moving on. Detroit news. It's too much. Too many characters, too much action. It's a superhero surplus with too many heroes and not enough screen. It's infinity overload. Again, you were warned. You know, like I feel like look at the poster, dude. I don't know. Obviously, the problem here is that it's sort of the problem. It's bittersweet. These are all these characters that have been kind of matched up and put together.
Yeah.
And it's a spectacle. It's about putting them together and throwing them on screen together.
Well, okay, like let's give a little bit of of positivity to these people who are writing these reviews, because I think I don't want to discredit anyone saying anything negative about this film, because it's that we get into hyperbole territory. But yeah, again, like that is one of the biggest fears I think even the biggest comic book fans have, is when you come into a situation like this and it's sort of like this buffet, like maybe you don't get the best version. Like if I really love Spider-Man, maybe I'm not going to get a ton of Spider-Man in this movie. Maybe I'll get a little bit of Spider-Man.
That's fair.
You know?
I like the idea that the only people who have speaking roles are the ones we've seen talking in trailers, and everyone else like just stands there quietly. That would be like such a
really
weird
funny.
letdown if you're like Doctor Strange doesn't speak or whatever.
Well, so if we're going with the buffet thing, the thing I'm most excited about this movie is like taking a little bit of Chinese food and a little bit of pizza and then some hot sauce and some other stuff and mixing in a bunch of stuff together. That sounds disgusting, but I'd eat it. But mixing a bunch of stuff together that we've never seen before, right? Like we haven't really seen the Guardians interact with Spider-Man, and we haven't really seen Ant-Man fight Thanos.
That is the underlying appeal of Marvel Comics, period.
Yeah.
That's the entire thing that they did that made them stand apart from DC, was the idea of a cohesive universe. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But New York Post said, all the past decades Marvel movies have been heading toward this showdown. Turns out the payoff was worth the wait.
Sweet.
That's good to hear. That's the kind of thing that I'm like, that and it being colorful are sort of like, I'm not expecting necessarily my new favorite movie, but if it's something that sort of respects my time and does a really good job of playing with all the action figures that it's put in the sandbox, then that's good to hear. And then Slate says, sitting through its 2 hours and 30 minutes is like gorging on tapas. You wind up both overstuffed and unsatisfied. I get that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was saying with the buffet thing. It's sort of like you get a bunch of small little bite-sized things that all add up to one big meal.
Yeah. Again, like tapas are, that's like it's a nice, it's nice like sort of like Spanish appetizer plates. It's a good thing. This is like a big dumbass American cheeseburger of a movie, you know? Like this is like one of those like prank foods that they put out at like KFC where they're like, it's a pancake burrito stuffed with waffle nuggets or whatever.
Yeah, like where if you finish it, you get a shirt.
Exactly. Yeah, this is to treat this as though it's a fancy restaurant where they even have like real plates. Come on, let's be realistic here. It's so I don't know. I still that does make sense. It's, you've got too many toys in the film.
This is hand food.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm. What do we got? One more. This one I like. This one. This is very dry. Associated Press says, after 10 years of lean, threadbare Lilliputian tales, Marvel Studios has, thank heavens, finally decided to go big.
Yeah.
That's like, I like that they're just throwing a little bit of shade there. That it's like, they've always been pretty loud and stupid.
Yeah.
They're getting louder and stupider than ever here.
I like that joke a lot. I Covington in the chat says, the new Avengers movie is going to be like a Wu-Tang concert in space. I'm into that. I'm really into that, especially because it's like you'll have the original members, the producers, like the main MCs who put out amazing solo albums, and then a bunch of like their guys who just hold the weed for them so they don't get arrested.
Yeah. I like that.
You need those men though. They all have their own albums if you're bored.
Yeah. Regardless of what you think of Avengers or what the critics think, you can still enjoy some loud toys. I'm trying to give a thumbs up, but can't really tell. Anyway, we did an unboxing of this cool Infinity Gauntlet as well as a bunch of Infinity War toys that are kind of awful, but still really funny. Go check those out and watch Up at Noon every Thursday at noon Pacific time on IGN. Peace.